Boom, and we're back. Welcome back, everybody. Another Tuesday night chat with the Muskrat and Mr. Kevin Walters, who looks like he froze up. We've been backstage talking the whole time, no problems. I went hit live, and his screen went. There he is. What's up, buddy?
How you doing, man?
Hey, Muskrat Adventures just went live. I got the notification. Doing good, man. The heat is hot, but that's even though Jeremy's not on the show, I will not talk about the heat because now here you are down in Alabama dealing with the heat way worse than what I'm dealing with here in Ohio. So I'm still not allowed to complain about the heat. And so we'll touch base there here in just a minute. But before we get started, we'll say some hellos to folks that have took a time out from their Tuesday routine to come in and hang out with us. So we got Boyd Williams in the house, Matt with Wanna Be Outdoors, 922 Crappie Barbecue, Stonefly 71's in the house. Fishing by Faith, hello. Thanks for joining in. We got Miss Becca's in the house saying hello. Hi, Becca. Paul Edmonston's in the house, Southwind Fishing. And somebody from Facebook saying, well-deserved this opportunity for Kevin Walters. There you go. You got a fan out there, buddy.
Yes, sir. Hey, guys.
Robin C's in the house. Welcome, Robin. Carolina Catfish. Thank you for stopping in. We're gonna let the seats fill in here for a minute, and then we're going to talk about Kevin, who owns Monster Catfishing, and it's a online store website that you can basically serious catfishing tackle for serious catfishing. And we'll share the link and stuff here in just a little bit and talk about it. But the big subject we're going to talk about tonight is this Ohio River Monster Cat Challenge, which Kevin has put together. And I got to tell you, it's shaping up to be a big deal in the Ohio River Valley area, tri-state area. I'm going to say we're going to get some out-of-state company on this one as well. With the payouts that we've talked about so far, and just the community as a whole. So, Kevin, there you go. Bill Hopper's in the house. War Pig Catfishing says he's in. He's already signed. Maybe he's already signed up. We've already got signed up. So I'm not sure what our number is, but we're looking forward to it. Shirley T's in the house. Welcome, Shirley. Thanks for stopping in. Big Rondo, hello, and thanks for being here. Hey, Kevin, if you don't mind, hey, Dad just popped in the house. What's up, Dad? Thanks for stopping in, buddy. If you don't mind, Kevin, just kind of tell everybody who you are, where you're from. Just give a little bit of background information on you so that everybody that doesn't know you already kind of idea who we're hanging out with tonight.
Well, my name's Kevin Walters. I'm the owner of Monster Catfishing Terminal Tackle. It's a company we started about 3 years ago. It's kind of a funny story how I even got started. Of course, we're all avid catfishermen. We know when you really get in deep into catfishing, how expensive it can get sometimes.
Yes, sir.
So my wife, she told me, she said, you're going to bankrupt us catfishing. She's going to make me get another job. I mean, I work full time as a paramedic firefighter for Village of Georgetown Fire Department in Brown County. I've been a firefighter paramedic for over 20 years.
Thank you for your work, man. That's a big deal.
Thank you. But she told me, she said, you're going to get another job or something if you're going to keep fishing like this. Being in public safety, there's a lot of stressors of the job. And I've always used fishing as my outlet. I've always called it like my drug of choice,
Yeah.
So I got into it pretty hot and heavy. And so she's telling me it's costing me too much money. I said, well, I'll just start a tackle company, and try to do a little supplemental income just to supplement my fishing habit. And here we are 3 years in. The company's doing well. We're still the small fish in a big ocean, and we're fine with that.
Yeah.
got a wonderful customer base, and I thoroughly enjoy working with my customers and meeting their needs and offering new products as much as we can. So we started Monster Cat Catfishing about 4.5, 5 years ago. We started a small tournament trail there local, River Rats Catfishing
Right.
Club, and with my job schedule and everything, it got kind of tedious with all the events. So I handed it off to another fella, and they've done great with that trail. I think they just had 26 boats at their last tournament and everything.
No kidding.
Yeah.
We fished,
So
we fished some of that trail a year before Zach and I did. We didn't hit them all, but we fished some of them.
They got a lot of sponsors that signed on board with that trail, and Michael King, the guy running it, he's doing a great job with it. So
good deal.
But long story short, that's how we got in the tackle business, and I love it. We've signed up with a lot of good people. The very first man that I got hooked up with when I decided to start doing this was Stacy Gaston with SmackDown. He was the one really that gave my small little company that wasn't nothing, it just started, a chance, to carry his products. And I talked to him one day. He's like, "You want to carry my products?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah, we'll do." And it just kind of from there. We hooked up with Mad Cat rods, carried all the Mad Cat rods, Ancient Mariner reels, Mondo Cat nets, Cat River anchors. Just we're trying to be. We're online right now. We got a customer base in all the continental United States. I think we send packages to. But it's really done well. Like I say, I ain't getting rich doing this by no means, but it does help me be able to enjoy fishing, and we're getting quality products out there and being able to share some great stuff with the catfishing community.
Well, there's a quick look, guys, at the Monster Cat Catfishing website, which I got to give you credit. That's pretty cool. I love the green. So your website looks green. It looks good. I know that here recently you rolled out player boards, which is, in my opinion, probably one of the best tools in the boat as far as being able to, create a spread, whether you're dragging, drifting, or any other variation of that. Obviously,
Yes,
valuable
sir.
tool. Of course, you already said right there, you guys carry Mad Cat's rods and RS nets. I actually went through Kevin here to get my RS net. Trolling motors, fish finders. You just became a authorized distributor for Minn Kota and Humminbird. Is that correct?
Yeah, here recently, about 2 weeks ago, we just got some product on the website. I do all of my own web designing. I created the website myself and did it all, and it's a little bit of work. I don't have all the Minn Kota and Humminbird product loaded onto the website yet.
Right.
If there's anything anybody needs, Minn Kota or Humminbird, feel free to reach out to me, because if you need it, I can get it. But just an array of terminal tackle, different things. We finally just got us a distributor that we started carrying some lead weights.
Okay. Yeah, we go through a lot of lead.
Yeah. My whole idea behind this is to be able to be someone I could build a relationship with them, with our company, and we can almost be like that one-stop shop for them. You can stop in and kind of get what you need from the trolling motor all the way down to the hook.
That was the next words out of my mouth, was one-stop shop. I already know about your business here, and I've looked before on here. But just showing the people all the the options and availability that you guys have is pretty crazy. Basically anything you want, you could find it here. And big deal for me anyway, personally, is supporting local. You could go to a big box store and maybe save a couple dollars and buy from Bass Pro, Cabela's, or something like that, or you could spend your money local and support people in our community, not just physically, but in our catfishing community, because as a whole, like we're a family, everybody kind of watches out for each other and takes care of one another. We got a lot of great people here in our community.
Right.
Yeah,
The catfishing community is the best out there, brother. I don't think there's any people on the face of the earth that's better than the people in this catfishing community.
Right here.
We're going to try. We're looking into some possibilities in our local area down in Manchester, Adams County area, Maysville, Kentucky. The possibility of a brick and mortar storefront in the near future. Just because, we have, there is some other places you can go get wonderful things, but they're like from our guys where we're at, it's an hour and a half drive any direction
everywhere.
to be somewhere and put a Mad Cat rod in your hand. We got AJ's up in Willersburg and great folks up there. But from our area, Adams Brown County area, that's still an hour and a half drive for folks to be able to put merchandise in their hands. So we ain't set in stone yet, but we're maybe leaning that direction, maybe by next spring. So
I love to hear that. Mentioning other, it's competitor, it's straight competitor, but still giving AJ's over there.
Man, that's in this industry, man. Like we're kind of out there on our own, the catfishing world. We got to support each other. That's what it's all about. It don't matter if we do the same thing. We all need to support each other because there's plenty of meat on the bone. The sport of catfishing is growing like crazy. We've all witnessed it over the last few years.
Absolutely.
It's growing. There's meat on the bone for everybody. And, we need to support each other and each other's businesses. I've not met anybody in business in the catfishing community that really, is there for the sport that's a bad person or, we all just got to support each other and prop each other up.
That's good. That's refreshing to hear. There are, companies and there are folks out there that, they try to make a living by bashing or putting other companies down or, degrading other people's products. And as a consumer, we all know how that makes us feel. Right. And, I know that you and Joe have talked and stuff, about business and all that. And I think it was worth mentioning anyway, that that's the type of level that we're talking to when talking to Kevin is, just a stand-up guy that stands behind his products and is just a good pillar for the community. So here's another, I was getting ready to mention it earlier. So we talk about supporting local business and small businesses is Freddie's Outdoor Adventures. He carries FOA custom rods and tackle as well. He specializes in it's called a double Y rod. It's a youth and kayak rod. It's a 5 foot and a 6 foot version. He's got a lot of other great products coming out as well. But he said, "Are you wanting to carry as many company?"
We're always looking. Like I said, we right now the only rods we carry is Mad Cats. That's because Matt over at Mad Cats, he is a first class dude, man.
Yep.
He, they're wonderful for the community. They're great rods, but he's been good to me, in our business relationship. But yeah, we're open to anything. As much stuff as we could get out there to the anglers. We're open to anybody that wants to work with us. Especially good small businesses and things. That's like I said, we're all here to prop each other up, man. And
Freddie's got an outstanding thing going. Freddie's got a great thing going. His business mindset is a lot like yours. Just taking care of people. If you stay small, that's fine. But if you expand, then that's great too.
Yes, sir.
He's put a lot of work into his company over the last year, and he's starting to come out with lots and lots of products. I'll put you guys' contact information together, and you guys could talk business, because I'm not good at that. I'm not good at that. But one of the things that got me geared up to want you to come on the show tonight was about this catfishing, Ohio River Catfish Challenge you've got coming up. And so if you don't mind, kind of tell everybody like what sparked the idea, and where it evolved from then till now, and what could people expect, dates and all that, and payouts, and I've got to pull it up here and I can help you along.
Okay. So the Ohio River Monster Cat Challenge, I kind of brainstormed this. It all kind of originated back when I was the tournament director for the Ohio River Rats tournament trail, Catfishing Club tournament trail. I kind of, when I had to let that go, and it was for the best interest of the club, just the way my work schedule was, I wanted to turn that over to somebody else that was going to be able to do what needed to do. But I loved it. I loved putting those together. I loved being able to meet all the different anglers that come in for them, and working with the different folks. So I figured, if I could kind of, it all kind of stems around this particular tournament, even though it is a 100% payout. It's not like a benefit or a charity tournament. Right. With the aspect, none of the money goes to anyone but the anglers. The only thing is $5 of the $130 entry fee does go toward the credit card processing fee, because it's all on the website, all the entries. So that's the only way I could do that. So it's $125. It pays directly into the tournament from every angler. $25 goes to straight to big fish, and $100, goes straight into the pot. But in a way, it kind of is, I look at it as kind of a benefit tournament, and the reason I say that is because the rural community that we're in, and you can see, and that's the reason I made this to where you could trailer to a couple of the ramps, like from Shawnee Marina.
Yeah, that's
to Aberdeen and Ripley and Brush Creek. They're all right there, but there's a couple different communities there. We live in a very rural, a poor area of the state. Right. And if we could put on a bigger money tournament like this, our whole idea behind this, we got the Brown County Chamber of Commerce on board with this, the tourism. We want to bring people to Southern Ohio to show them what we got to offer. I'm sitting down here in Alabama right now. We came down to fish this week, and it's beautiful here. But I'm telling you, I really think we got one of the prettiest places on the face of the planet right there in Southern Ohio. Our river valley is wonderful. It's good fishing. It's good hunting. And we want to bring people into our communities to come in and see what we got to offer, the outdoor entertainment we have to offer in these small rural communities, to help, a lot of these communities, that's all we have is our river. We don't have, industry and a lot of jobs and tourism. So that was what was behind this, was trying to bring people into our communities, show them what we got to offer, and maybe they'll want to come back, so.
Well, I can tell you that a payout like that is going to get a lot of attention. People are going to be wanting to come in, just to get a piece of the pie, so to speak.
Right.
But you're right. Hopefully people that come in and do this challenge see that, hey, it's beautiful here, and there is good fishing. I'm not going to lie and say it's the best fishing on
the world, but we got, there's some good ones out there.
Yeah.
And it is good fishing in our area.
Yeah. It could be a little challenging, but I got to be honest with you. When you grow up fishing the Ohio River and you get good at the Ohio River, other rivers are less challenging to you because you have to work really hard for fish sometimes.
That was how I kind of come up with the name, the Ohio River Monster Cat Challenge, because it can be challenging. but it's very rewarding. I love fishing our river system up there. Um, it's frustrating sometimes, seeing our
Yeah.
trophy fish getting taken out, but I couldn't want to fish
But
anywhere else in the world like I do at
so,
home.
so let me add this. Uh, Events like this that brings money into the economy for your area is going to boost with gasoline sales, food sales, hotel stays, and everything like that. So people that are going to come in for this event are going to boost the economy there. And what hopefully other areas see is, hey, if we host events like this based on our catfishing, then ideally, we might be able to slow down or stop the commercial fishing and saying, hey, look, guys, we can make a lot of money if we quit taking the fish out of here, because people will travel to come here and fish just like they travel to Alabama, Tennessee, and anywhere else, Mississippi, that's got big fish. Those places got booming economies because they offer world-class fisheries to folks that sought after, those amenities while they're there. So, I mean,
And it kind of, the way we got it set up, you can fish, like I said, from Shawnee on the eastern end, or you can go west and as far as Ripley. And those particular docks, even though they're only about 35 miles apart or 40, you can pretty much pick what area of our pool you want to fish on the entire Meldal pool. If you put in at Shawnee, if you got a big fast boat, you could run all the way to Greenup if you want it and fish the tailwaters of the dam. If you put
yeah,
in at Rip, you could run all the way down by Meldal. So, I mean,
right.
that pretty much opens up that whole Meldal pool to this tournament.
Yeah.
Depending on how you want to do it and whatever your strategy is,
Yeah, I'm glad you
And
did that, because my boat, I run out of gas before I get anywhere. If we launch from one location, I ain't gonna make it very far. I gotta find like a 15-mile is all the farther I can go either way before I got to start worrying about getting back.
I talked to one of the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife biologists not too long ago. Actually, I had a video on there. They was releasing a 62-pound blue that they had shocked up doing their study. And he told us that his study, with the numbers he's been doing on the study for the last couple of years, that he would rank the Meldal pool probably the #2 pool in the Ohio River that borders Kentucky, as far as the fish he's seen. So,
How many pools border Kentucky?
I think I'm not for sure. Somebody can probably correct us. I ain't able to see chat for some reason. It's not letting it pop up for me, but I'm thinking 3 or 4, and I may be wrong.
I got you.
But I think 4.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
But like I say, we based all these payouts on having 80 boats. Okay,
right.
We have right now $4,000 of sponsor money that local small businesses from our communities give. And that was for us just, to give away to these anglers to bring them in. And we're talking small businesses,
Mm-hmm.
And that's a lot of money for small businesses in rural communities to give out just to say, hey, here you go. Try to bring these guys.
It is for these communities, yeah.
That guaranteed money from our sponsors. And we still got 2 months to go. So I'm still actively seeking sponsors. We have summits in the works, so there's the potential of being quite a bit more sponsor money added into this pot. Run and gun catfish and guide service. My old buddy Charlie Witherspoon, he's one of my pro staff guys. He's been hammering some pigs down there in Kentucky. But he just called me a couple of weeks ago. He said, hey, I want to give $200 and I want to do a youth angler big fish, So
oh man, that's awesome.
So we're going to, solicit that and try to get that a little bit bigger. But we have $200 so far, at least for youth angler big fish.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But we based, like I said, everything you see on that flyer, it's based on 80 boats. Okay, it pays out 5 places.
Right.
With first place, if we get 80 boats, it'd be $5,400 payout. We get more boats, 100% of the entry fees go straight into those pots. It's broke down on a 45, 25, 15, 10, and 5%.
Yeah.
at the captain's meeting. If something happens, and I don't think with 2 months left to go, we should not have no problem putting 80 boats in. Something happens that we do end up having less boats and the payout drops a little bit, we can discuss it at the at the captain's meeting, how the guys want to do. If they just want to drop it down to first, second, and third, so there's a little more meat on the bone with less boats, or keep it the same, we'll leave that completely up to the anglers. But I don't think we'll have that problem. I really don't.
I wouldn't leave it up to the anglers. I'd make an executive decision, but I'm pretty sure you're not going to have that problem.
No, and that's why it's on. It's kind of in the back of my mind, but it's not. I mean, our farthest team so far is signed up is out of New York.
Woo.
So we have a team from New York. So yeah.
Well, Kevin, if you could explain to me, I've seen questions pop up in chat, so I know a couple of folks have asked with the different launch locations, where and how are people weighing in?
Okay, so what we're going to do is you will be able to launch at Shawnee Marina, Brush Creek Marina, Manchester Island Creek Marina, Aberdeen Public Landing, or Eagle Creek Marina in Ripley. Any of those public landings. We will have a staff member at every one of those landings the morning of the tournament. So you can go directly to that landing, and there will be someone at each one of those to do a live well check and to get you checked off that you're present and accounted for. And then starting at 6 o'clock, even though the tournament don't start till 7, you can go ahead and launch your boat at 6 o'clock. You can make your way to your fishing spot. Lines in the water at 7 o'clock. Okay. And it's kind of the honor system. There's going to be enough people out there fishing. I'm not a huge fan of the big shotgun launches, especially when you have lots of boats. To me, I think if something's going to go wrong, that's when it's going to go wrong.
You're right.
I've several tournaments down here in Alabama, and some of them I've fished. That's kind of how they did it. It's like, this is what time lines are in the water. You got an hour, you can go out. You can go out at 6 and lines in the water at 7. Lines out of the water at 3, be back at weigh-in by 3:30.
Believe me, if your lines are in the water early, everyone has a phone. You were busted. So,
it ain't gonna be good. And I think, like I said, we are putting some trust in folks, but I also believe in our community too,
All right. So each location is going to have a staff member, a representative there with scales, right? So you're going to get your official weight.
So this is where to launch, you can launch at any of those respective landings, and there will be a staff member there that can check you in, that you're present, check your live well, and you can go ahead and launch starting at 6.
All right.
At the end of the tournament, it's lines out at 3. You have to weigh in at the Manchester, which is in the middle. It's pretty much in the middle of those landings. They're like, it's the halfway point between everything. You have to be present in Manchester at Island Creek Marina for weigh-in. Weigh-in will start at 3:30. You have to be in the weigh-in line by 4. That gives you an hour from lines out to getting in the line. So, and like I say, from any one of them marinas, it's literally a 25-minute to 30-minute drive at the longest. So, so everybody weighs in at Manchester. We'll have some food trucks set up, so there'll be food there. There may even be some local vendors there that have other things to offer, for the guys. We're going to have plenty of raffles for the anglers. I mean, Mad Cats, Matt's gave us rods. River Rats Catfishing Club tournament, they gave us a Mad Cat rod. Joe at AJ's is giving us a Hellcat rod. So Stacey Gaston's giving us some Smackdown holders. So there'll be plenty of raffles also. So I really believe, this is going to be our first one. And there probably going to be a couple small hiccups. I don't expect, nothing crazy. but I think it's really going to be a good time. I think it's going to be a good time for the anglers and a good little payday for some folks.
Yeah, no kidding. Welcome, Mike Greenwell. Thanks for stopping in. I wanted to make sure I caught you on the way in. Yeah, sounds like a good tournament, a good opportunity. A lot of support from the people we care about and the community. Just great companies supporting each other. And again, you mentioned Joe's donating to your tournament. And that's
he's actually. I talked to Joe, and I believe he's going to come down and set up. So I mean, hey, I don't care, man. If you got something offered to the catfishing world, you want to come down and set up and show these anglers what you got, bring it on.
Mad respect for you guys. Much respect, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, and I think Joe's actually going to fish the tournament too. I believe he said so. It's I just want to bring everybody together. It's all for the common good of our community and our where we live, but also our catfish community.
Like I said earlier, on a big scale, thinking, hey, if we could show a community that, hey, if we highlight and host catfishing tournaments, we can make money. It's good for our community. And then, the community say, hey, we need more catfish tournaments. And then they say, hey, people ain't coming or not wanting to come because people keep taking our catfish out. Well, let's stop them so we can get these catfish tournaments going. And Mike Greenwell, location of this tournament is Southern Ohio. So it's kind of crazy. You can launch from 5 different locations, but you must weigh in at the Manchester location. So you can launch from any of 5, but you must weigh in at one central location. It's basically the entire Meldal pool on the Ohio River. That pool is so big that there's more than 5 ramps, but we have 5 points that we can choose from that a representative will be at to do live well checks and count you accounted for coming in. So yeah, if you have any more questions, man, get with us and hook you up. We're definitely going to be in it. How we do, I don't know. We never do well in tournaments.
Now our captain's meeting, I know there is some people that's traveling some distance to get here. So it will be in Manchester the evening before. There is an option, though. We are going to live stream this captain meeting, okay? So if we would prefer everyone be there in person if possible.
Right.
If not, you will be able to join the live stream and be counted present. You do have to comment present during the live stream to be, so we know you're there. And we'll discuss anything that may come up before the tournament. We'll go over the rules, all that. Everything is found on the website. The rules is on the website. The online registration's on there. And also, Roger, do you still have that website where you can pull it up for the tournament?
Yeah. For the tournament?
The tournament website.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you go up to the top, hit that one that says sponsors. That's the most important one right there, guys. These are the people that's getting this to happen, okay? And we're still adding sponsors every day to this. So if you get a chance, even if you're not fishing a tournament or whatever, visit the page, give these guys a shout out. These are people that's making this happen. They're putting money into it out of their pockets, donating product, and making this happen. There's all different ones. And then over beside it, I also built a link where it says lodging.
Yes,
that shows all of our local lodging that's available. There's the local Airbnbs, and there's a link. You can click on those links, and it'll take you to the local ones in our area. And these are our local motels. And every one of them's clickable links. It'll take you right to them.
Man, you did a fancy job on this webpage, man.
Kind of getting a knack for making websites.
You might pick up making web design as a side job too.
That's what I need is another job. Don't tell my wife.
You keep it up, you won't be able to fish.
No doubt. So, but we try to just make, and like I said, that sponsor link, guys, get on there, give them guys a shout out. If y'all need something done, call them. They're small local businesses.
Well, and the thing I was going to mention is like a lot of these, you'll see the exact same names, SmackDown, jumping in as sponsors for a lot of events. Hillbilly Towels and Sublimation, they've helped me out several times on my kids' tournaments. Dirty South is another big sponsor that, at least for us here on Muskrat Adventures, you see them donating and sponsoring a lot of events. You see a lot of the same names. Kevin here with Monster Cat, he also helped with the kids' tournament and paying things forward or paying back to the community. And it's just cool to see. It's a revolving door. It comes and goes. And but.
We have, there is actually, as soon as I get home from Alabama, I have several more sponsors I got to get that we just secured that I got to get added to the site. We also have a Facebook page that's dedicated to that. So you can also kind of keep up on the Ohio River Monster Cat Challenge Facebook page.
I appreciate Miss Becca. She's been dropping the links for the website. I'm not sure if she found the Facebook link. She probably did because she's really good. But Mike Greenwell says, I'm probably 5 hours away. Anybody need a partner that has a boat? I think me and Zach's already signed up. I'll have an extra boat.
Now, that is, you can have a 3-man team.
Yeah.
It's on 2-man rules though, so we're following Ohio rules since we're launching out of Ohio. You can still, if you have a Kentucky fishing license, you can use up to 10 rods. We put a 10-rod limit.
Okay.
If you don't have that Kentucky fishing license and you have an Ohio, then, obviously you got to follow according state law.
Right there. Whoever's, I think this person said they were traveling 3 hours north down. I'm not sure who it is from Facebook. They said they need a partner. Quiet Man Curtis, what's going on, buddy? Paul says Pro Mech local and proud. There you go.
Yeah.
Greenwell says I'll come rock the Muskrat for a day.
Pro Mechanical, he is one of our premier sponsors. Jeremy Conant owns Pro Mechanical. Paul Edmonston, actually, he works for them.
Gotcha.
He's a fabricator and a welder for Pro Mechanical. So yeah, and it's a tight knit community, like all these companies and stuff. They're all just local small businesses trying to.
Paul's been helping me with my boat trailer. Actually, a couple weeks ago, I came and the trailer I bought for my boat is a tandem axle trailer, but it wasn't designed for my boat, so the bunks don't sit right, and they're not adjustable bunks; they're welded. And so Paul met me at the lake. Launched my boat, told me go fishing, took my trailer back to his house, cut stuff, welded it, we'll put stuff back together and brought it back to me.
Yeah.
And just let me stay out fishing. I mean, like, how you get any better than that?
Well, I'm going to tell you, the guys they got working at Pro Mechanical, they're the real deal. The guy I'm here in Alabama with, my good buddy Mike Applegate, he works for Pro Mechanical. He's a fabricator. He built my live well for me, man. That thing is top shelf. I'm telling you. Them guys can do anything, man. They're talented.
Yeah, good. Well, we still gotta work out a couple kinks left on the trailer, but Paul's a great dude and does good work. He's helped me before too. Welded teeth on the flywheel that broke off, and they're still good. Like a year or two later, he put teeth on the flywheel. I didn't even know you could do that. But, he did it.
Anything you need done. But I can't stress enough, though, Roger, the love that the catfishing community has given me just in the last almost 3 years we've been in business is unbelievable. I never would have thought, that we'd be where we are now. When I first cooked this whole idea up, is just how to go fishing, have a little extra money to fish.
I think all of us at some point or another has had that conversation is you're going to have to start fishing less or working more. Something's got to give because this is getting expensive. I know I've been taxed with that.
I got the perfect job to be able to fish, a lot, because being a firefighter paramedic, I work 24-hour shifts at a time. So theoretically, I only work 9 days a month. I
Oh,
work
wow.
20 hours and then I'm off for 2 days. And we do that rotation for 2 weeks. And then every third week, I'm off 5 days in a row. So I can come to Alabama for a few days and not even burn any vacation time.
Oh, that sounds like that's dangerous right there. But it sounds like you got good people in Alabama to take care of you, so that works out pretty good.
Another one, I want to give a big shout out to my bait guy down here, man, James Linderman. Anybody that's comes down this way and you need some bait, he has top quality bait. He takes great care of it. This man, I've met him. He's one of the pro staff guys on my team. He opens his home up to me every time I come down here. And I just want to give him a big shout out. If y'all's down this way, North Alabama, need bait, look him up on Facebook, man. James Linderman, he's a good dude.
Okay, so you just search him by name, doesn't have a
yeah, it's Skipping for Cats is the name of his bait business.
Say it one more time.
Skipping for Cats.
Skipping for Cats. There you go.
That's the name of his bait business. But you can find him on Facebook under James Linderman. He'll take care of you.
Good deal. That's actually a topic of next week's show. We've actually got I think it's Dave. I double checked from Gunnersville Bait Company. That's the subject for next week's show is bait. Yep. Catching bait, preserving your bait, how to look for bad bait if you're buying bait, how to look, how to pick out, if somebody really took care of their bait or not. So it's all about that bait, man.
That's what, hey, we've heard it 1,000 times and it's true every time.
Yeah. The
first thing on any fishing trip, you got to have good bait. If you ain't got good bait, I mean, it is what it is.
You could you're rolling the dice. There's Stan Threes in the house. He said, it sounds like my kind of schedule. Are they hiring? And Brandon says, I knew I should have been a firefighter.
I don't know any firehouse in the country right now that ain't really hiring. I could remember when I first got into this, it was almost, if you could get a job being a fireman, a full-time firefighter, it was almost like winning the lottery. Seriously.
Yeah.
Because you had a lot of the guys and they stayed around forever until they retired, and there just wasn't a lot of jobs. They was all occupied. Now there is such a shortage of public safety workers. I don't think I know a fire department, a full-time professional fire department that ain't hiring right now. So all you young guys out there, y'all looking for something interesting to do, man, go down and sign up. They'll put you through training and everything.
There you go. Not me. I'll pee the bed. Playing with fire.
I'm almost I'm through the better part of my career. I'm toward the end, winding down a little bit. So.
Well, I got to be. I'll throw out there that I've seen some accolades that were thrown your way. A lot of career accomplishments and milestones that you've met and achieved throughout your career, and I got to say that the accolades were quite astounding. Everything that you've been able to accomplish in your time. So take it.
It's I don't know. As far like the public safety end of things, I grew up in a firehouse and a police station. My dad was a police officer and a firefighter. My mom was a paramedic. Everybody in my family's in public safety. It's just kind of like a calling for us, So, and I firmly believe. If you choose that as a career, I've based my entire adult education, college and everything, on trying to be the best provider I could be for my patients and things. So if you sign up to do a career like that, you damn well better know what you're doing because you got somebody's lives in your hand, So
yeah. Yep.
We take a lot of pride in it. And I treat everybody like I would like my family to be treated, So that's what it's all about.
Absolutely, man. And ever, I hope I never have to see you in that situation, right? I don't have to see it, but as well as the rest of us do, no matter how careful you are, no matter how much planning you do, an emergency happens at a blink of an eye.
Yes, it does.
You can find yourself.
Especially in these small rural communities that we're in. The craziest thing I've had to do in my life was I was actually dispatched to my own brother's house.
Oh, wow.
He was in cardiac arrest. no pulse, no breathing. And myself, my wife, my two sons was able to get him revived. He's a sergeant with the sheriff's department, and to this day, he's walking around just fine. It's crazy. His daughter was a 911 dispatcher that answered the 911 call.
Oh my goodness.
So it's a family thing, but that's probably that was the craziest thing in my career so far.
You guys were, if you guys were thinking about how small and rural we're talking, there you go. That's small. Hey, Bill wants to know for the weigh-in, is it by water travel only, or can you trailer to the weigh-in location?
Trailer to the weigh-in locations. Okay,
I thought so, but I was good that he wanted to clarify.
If someone that's, catches an extremely big fish, or you have a big fish and you're worried about this fish, it's early on in the day, you can call me. My number, everybody will have my number. Everybody will have my number. You can just call me. You can come in anytime during the day and weigh a fish, okay? I would rather someone come in early and weigh that fish. Now, once you weigh it, that's one of your 3 fish. There ain't no taking it back. So if you weigh in a 65-pounder that you're just worried about and you go back out and you catch a 90, well, you're already, if it is what it is.
Yeah.
But the thing about this, obviously, we know with our pool, the river, everything, the way everything is conservation minded.
Right.
First and foremost is these fish and how they're treated and how they're took care of. It's a 3 fish limit. I really like 3 fish tournaments. I think it's easier to manage 3 fish. There's that's a whole nother debate with some people, but personally, that's what I like. I like 3 fish. I think it's easier to manage 3 fish and take better care of them.
I agree. I think
first and foremost, above anything else, is I want people to take care of these fish. I've been in tournaments before and put winning fish right back in the river because I thought they were starting to be distressed. There ain't, that money ain't worth it to me, for a fish to die. So.
Yeah, because I mean, if it expires before the weigh-in,
a dead fish in, you're done. You're DQ'd.
Yeah,
right there.
you're disqualified. Yep. I 100% agree with that. And the early weigh-in, if somebody does need to weigh a fish in, that's awesome as well. Unfortunately, that stuff does happen. And this time of year, September 30th, it's going to be hot. Things are going to start cooling down, but it's still going to be pretty hot out. And so we're going to be dealing with some, warm water and
circulation. Have a good live well. Yep. You got to have recirculating water in that live well. We prefer oxygen. It's not mandatory, but right. I mean, we would like to see that. And first and foremost, like I said, I can't stress that enough. Above anything else about this is taking care of them fish and making sure they're returned to the water healthy.
Yeah, real quick again for anybody who was late tuning in, what we're talking about is the Ohio River Monster Cat Challenge coming up September 30th. Is $130 entry fee, $25 going to big fish, and $5 going to registration fees and stuff like that. So
that credit company gets all that.
You're not getting rich off $5. So
no.
I challenge anyone that argues either the number of fish weigh in, anybody that go ahead and try to do one of these yourself.
Like I say, we're fortunate with the sponsors we have. There's still going to be quite a bit of money that's going to come out of my pocket going into this, which I'm not concerned with. I just want to see everybody get together and have a good time and bring to our area and show them what we got to offer.
What's up, Jimmy? Thanks for stopping in, buddy. Hope you're doing well. I love it. I'm looking forward to it. For me, a lot of these events that we have in Southern Ohio, they kind of turn out like a family reunion, or even better than most family reunions because I enjoy seeing just about everybody there. And but you get to talk with like-minded people who are serious about the sport, or you get guys like us that really don't fish tournaments, but see something cool with a bunch of people that we respect and we just want to be a part of it. You know, do we plan on winning the thing? Probably not. We're going to try our heck. You know, we're going to try it hard,
wouldn't it?
huh?
It'd sure be nice though, wouldn't it?
I think what was it? Banks tournament this year we got 10th. We was in the top 10, and so that was pretty good for us.
Probably my favorite tournament, really. I mean,
Banks.
I have a blast up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I look forward to that every year.
Yeah,
they do a great job. Those folks put so much work in for that, you know, for that benefit.
They've got another one coming up like real soon. Let me see if I can find it real quick. They've got the
Pursuit Foundation.
The Holy Pursuit Foundation. We'll keep talking here just for a minute, but I want to, if I could pull that up and show attention to that as well.
That's some deal right there. They do that foundation. I've been talking to John Renner a lot here lately, and
he's awesome.
They do so much for these kids, you know, that otherwise would not be able to experience things like that.
Yeah, it's quite amazing. Here we go. It's coming up real fast, man. I didn't realize it was coming up that fast. It's fast. Get it over here for you guys. Not to steal the thunder away from Kevin, but Kevin, with your permission,
yes, sir.
We'll put this out there. This is for a fantastic organization, Holy Pursuits Dream Foundation. We've talked about them before on the show with Bank and Janet Fox. They're helping also run this one here, which is going to be August 5th from Marietta Indian Acres Boat Ramp, which I'm not even sure where that is. I know I've never been there, but I still want to fish it. I don't care.
It's in it's West Virginia, ain't it?
I believe, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's $150 buy-in, 3-person teams, paying back first, second, and third, and big fish. If you've ever been to a Bink and Janet event, you know that they put together all kinds of fun raffles and games that just end up being a blast. You know, you end up just having a good time. But this tournament here is just right around the corner, 2 weeks away, and I know I've talked to them, and they're looking to get more boats signed up and try to get, you know, as much money raised for these kids as possible. The foundation, like I said, they take you know, terminally ill children and take them on their dream, you know, hunting trip, fishing trip, or wherever they may be. And I'm telling you, like, they spare no expense. That child will value that experience for the remainder of their days. It's a great organization. I wish I'd known about it years ago, but unfortunately, I'm only learning about it here recently. And so
I'll tell you right now, this is exactly what our community is about right here. You know, everybody out there, just for a second, just ponder that thought of these children with terminal illnesses. You know, a lot of them don't have a lot of time left on this world. And to have people out there that's going to just make their day, you know, bring so much happiness and joy into that child's heart. That right there, folks, I mean, that is exactly what our community is about right there.
That's it. Their mission statement there at the bottom. I know for most of you, that's going to be extremely hard to see on your screens, but mission is Holy Pursuits Dream Foundation is a nonprofit organization whose sole purpose is to provide hunting and fishing experiences to children who have or have previously had a life-threatening illness or disease. These outdoor trips are fully funded, coming at no cost to the children or their families. And I've talked to John Renner about some of these experiences that these guys have gone through, and I'm telling you, it's mind-blowing just how hard they work to try to make this experience just something of value to them, you know, just to give back a little bit to these kids. So
I believe
if anybody has any interest in this and you don't get the information here off the screen, just please contact me and I will put you in contact with those guys there to help get you signed up. If you have any questions on rules and regulations and things like that, I will connect the dots and help the best I possibly can to get as many boats in this as possible to help these guys out. So if anybody has anything for that, just please let me know and I will do the work for you. Hey, Zach's in the house. What's up, buddy? He says Semper Fi Marines. my brother River Warrior. That's in Marietta, Ohio Open. Yep, Marietta,
Okay,
Indian
yeah.
Acres boat ramp is where it's saying. It's 8-3. So we'll get that back off air. Kevin, we're about out of time here. I know that you're on vacation, so I don't want to. I'm not
Well, I
going to.
wouldn't call it vacation. It's just an inopportune trip. It just popped up.
Anytime you get an opportunity to go to Alabama and fish, you take it. How's that?
I my buddy's Mark. He's probably at home watching right now, man. He's like, won't you let somebody know ahead of time when you plan on going these trips? You know, because I'll just I'll call guys. I'll be like, it's Saturday evening. I'm like, let's go Monday morning to Alabama. You know, and they're like,
Yeah.
what the heck? You know, like
Yeah.
it just, you know, one of them things. I got 5 days to burn every 3 weeks. So
Yeah. Me and Zach's good for that. He'll say, what are you doing next week? I was like, it depends on what you're about to ask me. He's like, you want to go to Alabama or the James, or you want to go? Yeah, I was like, yeah, we're going. The schedule just cleared itself.
Yeah.
There you go. Zach says, I'm jealous of Kevin. He's down in Alabama.
Well, I will tell you, Zach, you're not missing a whole lot right now because we fished our tail ends off today and it wasn't that great. And I'm telling you, man, Alabama hot is a whole different kind of hot. My goodness. And I mean, I'm a bigger guy, you know. I thought I was going to render down to lard out there in that sun. I'm telling you, it was like a grease spot in the bottom of the boat. It was warm.
Yeah, it's going to be warm here this week. I think Friday's calling for 98 degrees, and I don't remember what the humidity. I think the heat index is like 110 or better. So yeah, it's going to get hot. But there you go. Need a fan in the boat. Zach and I have both got fans now. He's got some that run off DeWalt batteries, and I've got one that runs off a 12-volt plug. And of course, they make some really cool fans now. No pun intended. But
you seen them little coolers? It's like air conditioners now.
Yeah.
Snapped a DeWalt battery on it. Yeah.
JG Hill says he was on the boat today for 10 hours. It was hot. Woo-wee. Yeah. I'll be in Creole's neck of the woods, but won't be able to fish. Well, that's a shame. And if you guys would keep Jeremy in your thoughts and prayers. He didn't join tonight. Just wasn't feeling well after work today. Could be heat related. Could be who knows what else. But brother, if you're watching, I hope you're feeling better. Hope you're doing good. We'll be looking to seeing you next week. Kevin, you got anything else for us? We're going to get on out of here.
I don't, man. I think I've already talked enough. I've said everything I got to say, I think. The thing I reckon if I could follow up with anything is just, go out there and support these small businesses that help us do what we want to do. The sponsors of all these different tournaments and the people that make things happen. Yeah. Support them, keep them going.
Absolutely.
Fish, practice conservation.
JG Hill says, fished hard, caught 8 blue cats. Man, I tell you what, depending on where you're at and what you're doing, sometimes 8 blue cats is a blessing.
Oh yeah.
So take what you can get. Becca, thank you so much for your help tonight, dropping links for Kevin. And also I seen you drop links for the Holy Pursuits Dream Foundation. So thank you so much for your help tonight. Always appreciate it. And guys, we're going to hop on out of here, man. Thanks everybody for stopping in and hanging out with us. Kevin, thanks for taking time out and joining us and sharing a little bit about the upcoming event. If you need anything from me between now and then, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'll help you the best I can. And for everybody else, we'll be tuning in next week. We're going to be talking. It's all about the bait. It's all about that bait. So be sure to tune in next week. And we'll be digging into the details and the nitty gritty of how in the world you get shad scales out of your blue jeans. Anybody else find scales in their pockets after laundry? Yeah. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. We'll see you next week. Same cat time, same cat channel. We'll catch you on the next cast. Good night, everybody.